Hey guys, it's me, that one Weep here with another part for What If Naruto Was Kryptonian. Last time we got into how Naruto was actually on the same team as Itachi Uchiha, and how Itachi as well as Naruto are the reincarnates of Indra and Ashura respectively. This time, we're going to be covering the bell test as well as some other things about this What If. If you guys have not checked out the other two videos for the finale for What If Naruto was a demigod for the first part Naruto, make sure to go and check those out, as well as make sure to hit the like button on those because I'll be continuing to make parts on that, and I'm hoping to get 500 likes on one of the parts. So it's not necessary, but, if y'all want to do that, that'd be making me pretty happy. That's like half my subscribers right now, and I know you guys all watched that one, so please, I want to see how many likes we can get. I want to see how powerful you guys are. But let's get into this What If, since that's what you guys came here for. As Naruto and Itachi, as well as Yuki, stand there waiting and before Shisui Uchiha, Shisui pulls the bells out of his pocket and says, you three are going to have to steal these bells from me. Oh, and if you don't pass, you're going to go beginning again for the rest of your miserable lives. At this point, Itachi grits his teeth and tells Shisui that he thought he'd go a little bit easier on them, since he's like a brother to him after all. He then tells him that he'll have to fight them all out, even though he doesn't want to hurt anyone. This is the only way for him to become a ninja so he can become stronger to protect his younger brother Sasuke. Naruto then, who doesn't really think about it, as Shisui says, begin. Itachi dives into the forest where he begins to analyze the situation. Yuki, on the other hand, activates her Byakugan from where she's right there standing. As she's waiting, just watching what Shisui's going to do, he teleports, and she loses sight of him for a second. Naruto then teleports as well, at least that's what it seems like. Naruto is so fast in this timeline because of his Kryptonian genes, as well as him being a little bit enraged that he might not become a ninja, then teleports exactly where Shisui is. But as Shisui thinks he must use the body flicker jutsu, he then punches Shisui, and Shisui goes flying back. Shisui, who has blood on his face now, spits blood out and says, "Nope, all raw strength I see, huh?" He then teleports forward with his blade out and cuts against Naruto, knowing that it probably won't hurt him that much. As blood falls out of Naruto, denting him, he then realizes that he's already healed. He then turns around and shoots his heat vision towards Shisui. Shisui then blocks this using his own jutsu, and using a fireball jutsu, pushes the heat vision back. At this point, Naruto is a little bit blinded and then uses, with his strength, an ice attack using his super breath. As this super breath forms around Itachi, Itachi takes his chance. Shisui's legs begin to form an ice, and Itachi leaps forward with a kunai. At this point, he then throws the kunai one at Shisui and then one at the bells. Then he throws a third kunai. As Shisui teleports away using the body flicker, he then realizes that Itachi had been using the Sharingan. There, the kunai was about to hit the string where the bells were. Then, as it's about to, Naruto charges forward and pushes Shisui out of the way accidentally. Itachi then is annoyed and tells him to watch what he's doing and that they would have won right there. Naruto apologizes really quickly and then says that he and him should work together. He agrees, and then he tells Itachi to get in front of him. As Itachi does, he then tells him, "Whenever you see him moving, I can use my heat vision to blast him. You can use your fireball jutsu and we can combine attack." At that point, he then says, "There!" He points, and then they activate the jutsu. He uses his heat ray vision as well as Itachi's flame jutsu and blasts at Shisui, completely engulfing him. In reality, he had used a clone jutsu, and as he appeared behind them, tapping them on the shoulder, Itachi and Naruto both turned with a fist and punched towards where he was. Itachi then looks around more carefully with his Sharingan and realizes where he is. He then comes up with a plan and tells Naruto to create a dust storm. Naruto obliges and then flies into the air, causing Shisui to be surprised as he begins to spin around in tornado-like fashion. The dirt as well as the air begin to form around the entire area, and a tornado begins to form. Shisui thinks this is an attack, when really it's actually a defense. Itachi burrows underground, and using his jutsu, he forms the Headhunter jutsu. As Shisui is about to get hit by the tornado, he's blocking and trying to teleport away. At this point, then Itachi pops out of the ground and grabs his legs, pulling him under. Then Yuki comes out of nowhere, as Yuki throws her kunai and then jumps in with her own jutsu, about to activate the Wind Gale Palm Force jutsu. Shisui then screams and says that's enough, as everything's about to hit him, and he teleports out of there, going a little bit more serious than he had to, almost activating his special Sharingan. He then stops and laughs, putting his hand behind his head, telling them that they all pass and that they did an excellent job of the test. He then gives them a high five as we zoom out from the bell test. There we see Hikaru and Sasuke, as we know that Hikaru and Sasuke are 3 years younger than Itachi and Naruto. as who are Genin now, meaning that both of them are actually in their class. There, we know that Haruka and Sasuke are in the same class as Sakura, as well as Ino and the entire Konoha 11 from the original. Sasuke is answering questions correctly, and Hikaru is banging his head into the desk, knowing that he's more for practical exams, and he's not really a fan of these stupid writing ones. Sasuke looks at him with a little bit of a plump face and says in a cat-mimic voice, "But I thought you said you were going to become the Hokage after all. That's what your dad did, right? Look how well he did." Then, this pisses Naruto off and he challenges him to a sparring match right then and there. Naruto then actually smiles and says that they were about to get into sparring anyway, and then it might be entertaining to watch the two fight. As Naruto gets out there, his red hair sparkles as he walks. The girls, aka looking at him with joy as well as watching and blushing as she sees the fourth Hokage's second son as he begins to fight Uchiha's younger brother, Sasuke. Both Sakura, Ino, and the rest of the girls in the class are fawning over the two, as Naruto then tells Sasuke that it's time to get serious. Sasuke then agrees and they begin to fight. Naruto then makes fun of Sasuke and says, "Oh yeah, don't you still not have your special Kekkei Genkai unlocked yet?" He then activates his Uzumaki chains and wraps Sasuke around in it. Sasuke grits his teeth as well and then says, "Well, just because I don't have the Sharingan doesn't mean I can't beat some weakling like you." He then cuts a kunai and tries to slice through the chains. Naruto grips tighter as he begins to pull chakra out of Sasuke. Sasuke then gets annoyed and uses a clone jutsu. The clone distracts Naruto, who then tries to shoot a chain at it, ruining a little bit of his chakra control as he hadn't been focusing hard enough. Sasuke appears next to him and then punches Naruto. Naruto goes flying back into the dirt as he gets up and then tells Sasuke he didn't really want to do this, but I guess he'll have to use one of Mom's jutsu. He then rushes towards Sasuke as he tries to make another clone. At that point, Naruto places a seal on top of the clone. At that moment, the clone is then sealed and turns into nothing. The chakra that it had was then sent to Naruto's chains. Naruto uses the chakra and fights Sasuke with long-range attacks. Sasuke dodging, blocking, and countering each one. At that point, they then run into each other and headbutt each other. Sasuke and Naruto fall on the ground and it's a draw. They both get up and they have a bump in their foreheads where their respective fangirls run over and see if they're alright. They both go walking away annoyed at each other and then they smile as they think that they've found such a good friend. Back to the bell test, Naruto and Itachi a few days later are working on D-rank missions. Itachi Uchiha, however, unknown to the rest of the team, has actually been accepted into the Anbu at such a young age. The Anbu has accepted him as he's been taking missions with his current master Kakashi. Kakashi is a little bit light on the kid as he sees how his missions are going as well as what he has to do. He's been protecting the third Hokage mostly and doing a few missions for him as well as helping block against some mist ninja who were trying to break a deal with them. Itachi on his free days then works with Shisui as well as the rest of his team in training and completing missions. Naruto is getting completely bummed out as well as Itachi and also Yuki, and they beg Shisui to ask for a harder mission as all three of them are way more too skilled for these kind of missions. He then obliges and says that they'll try a C-rank mission. There we get the mission for the Protect the Village from Bandits. The third Hokage laughs as he hears this request and says that they actually have some people looking to request their village to be protected from this village of the Hidden Leaves. Their village, you see, has been being plagued by bandits recently from a certain goon named Gato. Gato, at that point, had been working on completely taking over the territory as well as a certain place in the future called the Land of Waves. He thinks that this might be an interesting way of gaining more power in the land. And so, the mission is dealt out to Itachi, as well as Naruto and Yuki. Shisui then walks along with his team as they leave the village on their mission. Along with them, there are a wife and a husband. One of them name is Tomoki, and the other one name is Julia. As Julia and Tomoki then walk out of the village, they then head back towards their village, which is at the very edge of the Land of Fire. As Naruto's walking, suddenly they get ambushed. 5 ninja come out of nowhere who are Genin level, and going to throw shuriken at them. Naruto, who thinks that they're ninja, dives forward and tries to use chakra. At that point, Naruto, who had been trying to use chakra more instead of his natural abilities of being a Kryptonian, then creates a clone jutsu, which he flies through and then punches the first one, causing them to fly back and break a few ribs. They scream in pain as he takes out the other bandits. Before he gets to the other side of trees, Itachi has already taken them out and is smiling. They then tie them up and say that was a good start. As they walk forward, the two couple then explain to them what's been going on and how some village from another ninja village has been targeting and helping out Gato try and take over their entire area. They then head to the village and see it in ruins, where what had once obviously been a proud and very well-standing area. They then look around sad as they see children in the streets. Naruto vows that he's going to save these people, and Itachi does the same as they walk into the village and begin their very first C-rank mission. If you guys are excited to watch more of these videos as well as more of my videos in general, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later, and bye.
It's black and white.